Welcome to part 3 of my survival series, where I buy shitty games on Steam and try to survive them. Specifically survival games, because that's a kind of game I never used to play, and now I know why. Because, check it out, it's The Long Dark. It's obviously a long dark, right? But does it have enough girth? The answer is no. It has no girth. It's a tiny... It's spread so thin that it's basically transparent how thin it is. There is so little content in this game, but there is so much waiting in it. Oh my god. I mean, if I had prepared a little bit better for this video, I would have had the perfect sex joke here, but whatever. I'm sure there's some kind of innuendo that you could think of.
That's the reason. It's my dick.
Take it easy. You're saying your wife cheated on you because your penis is too small?
It's not too small, it's too thin, okay? My dick is too thin.
I got a thin dick!
Anyways, it's a shit game. It's absolutely terrible, and of course it's got 90% on Steam somehow. What the fuck is wrong with these? What? How? Why are people accepting such terrible games? I mean, I know I played it, and I mean, there were some parts where I enjoyed it, and I actually got really addicted to it, and I played it for 30 hours until I found out that the game hasn't even been finished yet, because it failed to mention it's still in early access, but it is. Yeah, that's right, I said it. The game is fucking terrible, and I'm not gonna apologize for that opinion, alright? I'm done, alright? I'm not gonna pretend like the game has any redeeming qualities just because you may have liked it. Nah, fuck this. If you like this game, then you hate yourself, because this game does nothing but waste your time. My god, does everything have to take so fucking long? Jesus Christ. I know this isn't smart. People aren't gonna like this video and subscribe because I'm honest about how I hate this game. They're gonna be annoyed and they're gonna dislike this video, but fuck them. And fuck doing the right thing for me, because the right thing for me would be to say uncritically like any game that you see and don't say anything bad to avoid hurting the feelings of the developer, but nope. I mean, that would be smart for me, wouldn't it, because I'm a developer, but nah, fuck it, you gotta be critical about these things. We're past the point where you can just be nice to indie games and rely on them to be good. You're gonna be fucking... How could this be? How could you have made a game that's so fucking stupid? And you don't even have a weapon most of the time. Most of the time I didn't have a weapon in this game, and it doesn't even make sense. You know, you can make a bow. I didn't even find out how to make the bow. You get a rifle like 10 hours in, and before that nothing. You know how you make a weapon in the wild? You take a stick and you sharpen it. The spear is the most essential weapon in history. Why don't you give me a fucking spear? Why would I make a bow first? It's like so stupid. And besides, there's even weapons that you could use, but you can't actually pull them out to hunt. Oh, man. It's only like 40% of the story is finished. And this is gonna be really hard to believe, but the entire game so far is a tutorial. Every single thing in this game so far is a tutorial, and now that it maybe would have gotten interesting, now it fucking ends, and it says, oh, we haven't bothered finishing yet, I hope you're gonna come back and see what's next. I think it's gonna be free content at least, but it's really weird. It's really fucking weird. And now it all makes sense that everything took forever. Because everything fucking takes forever. Oh my god. I don't even know why. I don't know why everything is so bad. It doesn't even make sense. You see, you'll be surprised. This is way worse than Subnautica. I guess it makes sense that people don't hate it as much. I guess there just aren't any good survival games, are there? Except for Astroneer, but I'm not sure if that's even supposed to be classed as a survival game. Actually, let me look that up right now. That's right, I'll look it up. Yeah, this is Early access, space survival. Yep. Astroneer is a survival game. I don't know actually. It's not a game where you have to farm for food, so not sure it should be a survival game. But it's the only good quote unquote survival game I've played. So what does that mean? I don't know. Well, it means don't play The Long Dark. That's what it means. So anyways, The Long Dark. Where to begin? There's so many fucking problems with this game. So the main problem with this game is that it's Canadian. I mean, there's no way around this. It's just too Canadian. So basically, it's the apocalypse, but Canadian. So we wouldn't have zombies, because that wouldn't be nice. We wouldn't have anything, basically. I guess it's just very boring and very pretentious, and you can't do anything that would make you survive better, because you're a fucking nice piece of shit. You're completely unaware of survival. You are so goddamn retarded. When you fucking find that the only survivor in this goddamn town is a blind old woman with a gun.
Holy sh! Wait! Hold your fire!
Instead of taking her gun, you actually collect firewood for her.
Take it easy.
Go on errands for her for like 10 hours, and then you don't even take her gun in the end. Oh my god!
I saw the smoke.
I didn't even have a gun for the first half of the game. And you really do need a gun, because the fucking... The wolves, they're goddamn ravenous, and they respawn constantly. It's basically zombie wolves. The description says no zombies, but fucking no, there is zombie wolves. These wolves are so goddamn hungry for human flesh, and they're gonna fucking... God, these wolves are just so weird. They're not actually as bad once you know how to deal with them. But when I started playing, these wolves would constantly attack me. Apparently the trick is to throw the meat, and that distracts them. But you can't do it when they're too close to you. You gotta throw them the meat while they're far away. And then they'll go for the meat instead of for you. But if they're already running at you, they're not gonna back down even if you give them the meat. It's crazy. And then basically what happened is that they would... So, of course, he's Canadian. Did I mention it? He's a fucking Canadian. So he would never do such a thing as attack a wolf with an axe unless the wolf bites him first. So if you're Canadian and the wolf bites you in the ass, you turn the other ass cheek. So, surprisingly, actually, this is really effective regardless. If you have a hatchet, the wolf will die when it attacks you. You will attack it with the hatchet, and the wolf will run off and die because it's bleeding. But you can't take out the axe into your hand. What do you even do with the axe? I guess you really can't take out the axe. So basically, I guess you just find some wood and then you click on it, and if you have the axe, it magically turns into inventory sticks that you can burn later. Anyways, the fucking axe, it would be so good if I could actually take it out, but no. What we do is we wait until the wolf jumps on us, and then we pull out the axe, once he's already bitten us twice. So anyways, regardless of how stupid that is, it's actually really, well, I guess it's not good per se, but it's... No, it's definitely not good in any way. But basically, I never ran out of food because there were always dead wolves. Because they would always attack me. And then they would die from my axe. And then I would have lost health. But all that means is you're gonna spend more time resting up. And then you'll be healthy again, I guess. And you've got enough wolf meat to get through it anyways. So all you have to do is find wood to cook the wolf meat. So basically... I don't know if that's just like the worst playstyle I've adopted, but basically the first 15 hours of the game, I was just killing wolves that would attack me because I didn't realize that. Well, I guess you can use a torch to scare them away, which I didn't realize because I didn't understand the mechanic of how time works in this game. Sometimes you just do a thing that that takes like 20 minutes and you don't realize it. And I thought, oh, these torches, they're not good for anything. They immediately went out. But they only went out immediately because I did something that passed time. And this is another thing about this game, is the fact that there's time, that time passes. I know how innovative. I mean, it's actually really interesting. So basically, any action you do takes time, and that means that it fast forwards until the action is done. I mean, that's interesting, right? Except for they've done it in the worst way ever, because it actually still takes like 5 seconds every single fucking time. And then if you have like 10 meat, you're gonna click on them, and then you're gonna wait 5 seconds, and then you're gonna click the next meat just to cook them one by one. And how is that a feature in a game? Well, you like watching progress bars go up slowly, and you can't even queue up the next meat or anything. Oh my god. It's real bad, I gotta tell you. This interface is so much worse than Subnautica, oh my god. And in this game you can get overburdened, so you basically, you just get slower and slower, and it's actually really bad, because, I don't know, maybe I'm playing these games wrong, maybe I'm hoarding too much. I could have gotten rid of a lot of this stuff, because it's actually quite abundant, but why you gotta make it slow down so much? It doesn't even make sense. So, one of the big things about this game is the atmosphere. It's a really good atmosphere, but then you have really shitty mechanics, like you're carrying 20 pounds too much, now you're going at a snail's pace, like literally so fucking slow. But I'm not gonna leave my food behind, because it's still an actually good survival strategy to have all the extra gear with you. It just makes the game boring. And if this game had a fast forward feature for walking, then it would be great. It just deplete time faster when I'm carrying more weight. I would be on board with that, but instead you just go really slowly. And oh my god, the amounts of slowness that you can get. Why do you make it like that? Why do you make it so I can move at fucking a meter per minute? Why would you make that? It's literally a meter per minute if you like it at 90% weight. Why is that a feature? No one's gonna go at a meter per minute. No one. Just make it so there's a certain amount of speed that you can go. Okay, so basically just increase the speed. There's no reason to fucking make this game any slower and any more retarded than it already is. Just increase the fucking speed. It's so fucking slow. And even when you don't have much gear, you're still fucking slow, and your stamina runs out immediately. Which I guess makes sense considering that there's snow everywhere, but it still makes for really poor gameplay. So basically, there's a lot of waiting. Did I mention that there's a lot of waiting? And then, so you do things like cook meat, but while you cook the meat, it actually passes time. I guess it passes like half an hour of time, or 20 minutes, but it still takes 5 seconds to actually wait in real time, but it passes 20 minutes in game. So basically, while you're cooking meat, you're depleting all of your other bars, right? You get hungry, you get thirsty, you get tired, and well, you don't get cold because you're cooking with a fire, but essentially everything depletes all of your bars all of the time. Any action you do depletes all of your bars. So, I mean, that sounds logical, right? But then everything you can do to fill your bars also depletes all of your other bars. So it's basically just a nightmare to do all of this, to keep all of these tables all of these plates spinning on their sticks so that they... It's actually kind of forgiving because the mechanics work fairly well. There's an overall health bar, overall condition I guess it's called, that depletes when you're cold, when you're tired, when you're hungry or you're thirsty. Then it's gonna deplete. But while you have like an inch of water in your life, you're not gonna deplete health from being thirsty. So essentially that's all good in a way, but in theory it's good, but in effect it means that you're gonna get dehydrated while you cook, and then when you eat you're gonna get further dehydrated because apparently the meat dehydrates you. I guess it might, I don't know. But basically everything you do takes time. So if you're out in the cold and there's a branch in front of you, there's also no multitasking, I guess, which also really sucks. So if there's a branch that takes an hour to cut into pieces, then you're gonna die because you can't get a fire started unless you've completely destroyed the branch, which takes 20 minutes. Despite the fact that the branch will give you 3 pieces of firewood, you can't just cut off one and set it on fire, even though you can. I mean, if you have 1 firewood, you can make a fire. Because there's also tinder and other stuff that goes into it. Basically, there's no multitasking. You can't just harvest 1 stick off this branch and then go by it. So you're gonna pick up loose sticks so that you have enough fuel to instantly harvest this entire so you don't freeze to death while you're harvesting this branch. But then the fire will have gone out. It's terrible. The same thing goes for cooking, I guess. The cooking would take time, but you could do other things while you're cooking, I guess. Which you can't. You can't, like... If there's a cadaver that has 10 meat in it, you're gonna... It would be so good if you could cook the meat, like, right when it comes out. Because you don't need to manually cook the meat. You just put it over the fire and it cooks. I mean, you turn it every once in a while, but you could... There should be multitasking. You could fucking be in a situation where you can't harvest the thing, can't harvest the carcass because you don't have enough firewood to keep the fire alive while harvesting it. So you take frost damage while harvesting the meat, but then you'd also starve to death because you can't cook the meat at the same time. Oh my god. It's really annoying. And I guess I just don't know why it just takes so long. And when you start a fire, by the way, I should have started with that one actually. I guess that's what I get for not writing a script. Basically, if you start a fire, it takes 20 seconds in real time. Oh my god, why? Are you completely retarded? It wouldn't take 20 seconds to start I mean, it would, but fucking skip that shit, man. Why don't you skip that fucking shit? I don't care how slowly you start the fire. And then, by the way, it has like a 50% chance of failing. Well, the chance depends, but I guess it's an average of like 40% chance of failing. So you can sit there for like 10 seconds, the fire fails, and you're still gonna be cold. You're gonna start all over from 20 seconds to start this fire, and then you're gonna wait 5 seconds every time you make a meat, and then oh my god. And then while you eat the meat, you're gonna dehydrate further because the meat dehydrates you, and then when you drink you're gonna be hungry again, and then oh my god. And then, by the way, did I mention that you're gonna be tired now? Oh no, you're so tired now, you're gonna move even slower than usual because now you can't carry shit because you're fucking tired. And then your fire has gone out because you've been busy worrying about all this shit, and now you've lost health because you've slept in and the fire's gone out. My god, it's just... I mean, it's interesting mechanics, I guess, but I guess it would be interesting if just it didn't like take 5 seconds pointlessly every single time you start up an action. You can't even queue up actions either. This game would be so much better if everything just went instant. It still takes up time in game time. It doesn't need to take up time in real time as well. Oh man, what a rant, and I haven't even started about the fucking retarded NPCs. Well, I guess I kind of mentioned them. So, everything's really shit and slow. And by the way, you remember how I was fighting the wolves? They fucking tore off my clothes. They tore my clothes to shreds. Yeah, I guess that's how you... Oh, okay, so they ruined my clothes. They fucking tore off my pants, and I couldn't find pants for like the first half of the game. It was so bad. I tried to repair my last pair of pants, but oh my god, they finally tore it off, and it was terrible. And then, guess what? You're an idiot. You can't use You can't do anything to stay warm when you don't have that specific piece of clothing. You're gonna get frostbite in that area. And why? You can carry so much shit. You can carry bandages, you can carry cloths, you can repair clothes that you can already have, but you can't just stitch some cloths together. Are you retarded? And then later on I had the same problem with the hat. I didn't have a hat, so I got frostbite on my face. Do you even understand how incredibly stupid that is? It is beyond stupid. It is just the dumbest thing ever. Because it's a game where you can carry cloths and bandages. And you can have a scarf that protects your face from frostbite. But you're not smart enough to wear a bandage around your face. A bandage is basically the same shape as a scarf, and also you're carrying cloths that you could just cut in two, and then it would be a scarf. My fucking god.
I could use this.
I mean, I guess the pants would have been a little harder, but fucking making a makeshift scarf from large pieces of cloth that you're carrying with you, that's not hard to do, and you're using the same cloth to repair your clothes anyway, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do such a thing. And you have a sewing kit with you. And a knife, and all this shit. Still, you can't make an improvised scarf. And your head will freeze off because you're too stupid to wear your pants on it. I found like 1 million pants in the second half of the game, by the way. Oh, man. There's just so many things that make this game bad. And it's not even like Subnautica, where it's got the potential of true greatness, because I mean, I guess technically it has the potential for true goodness. So it could be like an 8 out of 10 if it did everything right. By the way, it's still got 9 out of 10 on Steam reviews for some bizarre reason. For an early access game that doesn't say it's early access, even though it was early access, but it came out of early access before it was finished. And all we've got is like 30 hours of tutorial, and then the game ends anticlimactically in a to be continued later. I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm not even sure if I should play the other episodes or not, because the game's been so fucking painful to play. But I guess now that I know how to play it, it's slightly faster. It's still gonna be slow as fuck, but it's slightly faster. Because I'll know what things I'll need to carry with me and what stuff's useless. So anyways, this whole story stuff, I guess we'll finally get to it. It's so tedious and so bad, but I guess... I mean, if you watch the cutscenes on YouTube, it's probably like the best way to enjoy the game. Because the cutscenes are actually kind of good. But then what they mean for gameplay is fucking horrific. So you meet the old woman, and she wants you to collect wood for her. And that's all real basic, I guess. I guess I didn't realize how to play the game, and I would have assumed that just wandering around the map would magically make progress happen. But no, I guess the game has dedicated times for you to wander around the map pointlessly. So basically, you're gonna get the old woman her wood. I'm not sure if there's enough wood down around there, or if I'm just too stupid to find it. But it took me a while to get all that wood. And then I had to put it in her thingy, in her locker. And then she fell asleep, the fucking bitch. Great. So she rewarded my fucking efforts of giving her this wood by making me wait for her to come out of this sleep. What a great mechanic. She couldn't have slept while she was perfectly fed and still in the warm with all the wood she already magically had. No, that wasn't good enough. No, that's not when she could have slept. She had to sleep when I gave her the wood. Oh my god. And like she does that a bunch of times. She would just fall asleep, and then you'd have to go off and like wait for her to wake up. And I didn't wait, of course, because it was like a good time of day or something. Oh yeah, I guess this game has day and night cycles, of course, because of course it does. The worst feature in games would of course be in a survival game. And it's even worse ever than in other games, because the night is shit. You can't see shit, you can't do shit. you're gonna freeze. It sucks. The night really sucks. And if you don't sleep at night, then you're gonna be fatigued anyways. You're gonna be tired as fuck, and you're not gonna be able to do anything during the day. So you basically gotta sleep at night. But if you're outdoors, then it's gonna be shit. And it's gonna be it could even be shit during the day if you haven't managed your day and night properly. It could, even if you have, it can still be shit, and there could be a snowstorm, and you get all the shit from it being night, such as it being too cold that you can't see shit. You still have all those issues, but you've managed your time properly, and it should be daytime. And it could be like a snowstorm for a whole day. So basically, only like 30% of the game time is actually playable. The other time you just gotta like do all the other chores that you can do, like cook meat and stuff. And if you can find it indoors, at least you don't have to collect wood as well, because indoors it's warm enough you don't have to make a fire every time. So that's something. Oh, anyways, the old woman, right? So you're already stupid enough not to take her weapon. I mean, he's got cause to take the weapon. She pointed the weapon at him. Fucking take that weapon. Ignore that old bitch. Why is she gonna point her weapon at people she doesn't know? Fucking, why would you even do chores for a bitch like that? And he's supposed to be in a hurry to get after his girlfriend that cucked him a long time ago, who's in this game but not really. She's just like this red line of herring that he follows throughout the game. You try to find her, but who knows if she's even there. So basically, the next thing is you have to find food for her. So you have to raid like a convenience store, but there's nowhere near enough food in there. So you have to give her some of your wolf meat too, I guess. And if you're actually playing smart, and you're like, wait, you don't actually have what? Oh my god, there is no way to play smart. You have to let the wolves kill you. You have to let the wolves attack you, because the other option is to hope for the wolves to. Well, actually, the wolves would be hoarding the deer as well. You don't get a weapon to kill deer yet until chapter 2. Which sucks, by the way, not having that. The chapter 2 has more interesting mechanics, but a worse map. So basically the first map, it's like a little village, and there's a lot of buildings, so there's a lot of important stuff for you. You'll not run out of firewood too much, I guess. I didn't know how to search properly. I didn't assume that the game would be stupid enough to make you search every single drawer in a fucking cabinet, but I probably just searched the first one. I didn't realize I could have searched all of the drawers in a completely pointless display of padding out the time even more. How about an auto search feature where it just searches all the stuff in the area? That would be great, and it just lists what you can take. That would be a good feature, by the way. So basically, there's a bunch of stuff you gotta collect for it. The game mechanics, they're really bad, because you're supposed to be able to hunt, but you're not able to hunt because all you can do is throw rocks at rabbits, but you basically burn as many calories by chasing down the rabbits as you would eating them. So there's really not much you can do without having the gun from later. And you find deer corpses sometimes, but it's been after they've been ravaged by wolves, and mostly they're still ravaged by wolves. So you gotta hope that the wolves fuck off, or you kill the wolves. But I guess you're not supposed to kill the wolves, because you're obviously not supposed to kill the wolves, because the game is too stupid to fucking keep track of how many wolves you've killed. There's always gonna be 3 wolves around, no matter how many you've killed. I mean, like, they respawn every day, I guess. Which is bullshit, because there's never that many fucking wolves. You'd be happy to find like 10 wolves on the entire island, and there's like 10 wolves every time. Oh my god. And the wolves, they can't even kill you if you have a hatchet. So all they did is like, eventually they depleted my hatchet, and then, oh no, I was screwed. So if I had just done the quest fast, everything would have been better. So if you're gonna play this terrible game, you should do the quests as fast as possible, because the quests already tell you to go explore. So if you've already gone to explore, you're just gonna have to backtrack in the most annoying way ever. And later on, there's even another quest that makes you go to a really far away place and then all the way back on the identical path, and it was really bad. Oh man. Oh man. So yeah, that's too bad. So the woman, she doesn't do anything for you. She's a complete waste of time. I don't know why they put her in. All she does is give you a really shitty climbing rope, but you can't climb if you don't have... If you've got too much carrying weight, you can't climb, and that's really annoying too. And you can't throw down your shit because... I mean, you can't, like... Well, I guess you could climb up and down several times. I guess I should have done that. But I'm glad I didn't, because the fucking rope was, like, supposed to be broken, and then it just snapped, and I had to collect some wood while my legs were trying to grow back together. Oh, it was so bad. And there's a lot of times where your character does really stupid shit, like get tired at during climbing a rope. I swear I wasn't tired before, and then oh my god, I just ran out of stamina and I fell down. Oh god, it was so bad. I'm not sure if I should check the footage, but it kind of feel like that was something that was supposed to happen, but maybe not. Yeah, you really should check. But one time I was scavenging in the dark, and then I saw, oh, there's a corpse, better loot it. And guess what happened? Oh my god, can't believe what bullshit would happen next. They place a cutscene where the stupid main character stumbles over the corpse like a fucking idiot. Despite the fact that I saw the corpse and I was going to loot it, I had my mouse cursor on it. Oh my god, yeah, best time to fucking make a cutscene where he stumbles over the corpse and then passes out for 2 days. Good idea, that's not a stupid mechanic either. Nice fucking narrative you've got going there. And then some bullshit about Aurora Borealis happened that made the game an epileptic nightmare. Yeah. Anyways, so she doesn't teach you anything useful, and she just gives you that shitty rope, and you don't even need the rope because you can abuse the physics to glitch down the tree without glitch down the wall of the mountain without taking damage, because... I don't know, you like the amazing wall walker who doesn't fall off walls just because you're near them. And by the way, this game doesn't have a jump button, which is really fucking annoying too. So you wouldn't need to climb if you had a jump button, but I guess we've got a rope and now we're gonna drop all our gear so we can climb this fucking rope pointlessly. Ah, god. And the rope is really bad too, because it's like... It's basically just click on it to play like a cutscene of him. Well, not really a cutscene, but it's so bad. You can't even put the rope wherever you want. It's just like in dedicated areas, that's where you can put a rope. And the rope is fucking heavy as fuck as well. Oh man. There's just so many things that bother me about this game. I guess I better stay away from survival games in the future. Which is too bad, because the concept of a survival game is actually really interesting. Huh. So anyways, the second episode of the game is... Well, there's always one NPC in each episode, I guess. And not more than one. And you got the old woman with the gun, and then the next one's a hunter.
I still don't understand.
And there's always some stupid reason for why they can't move, despite the fact that everyone else died somehow, but these characters are like the weakest characters you could imagine. I mean, physically weak, but they survived. Great. So basically, this hunter,
Have faith outside.
you have a cutscene where the hunter is is fighting a huge bear, and then your character picks up a gun and misses the bear, even though the bear was distracted with the hunter, and it was point blank. Oh god, it was so
Then
bad.
you'll die like the others.
And yeah, that really sucks. Which is too bad, because it's like really easy to shoot your gun in this game.
Man,
I mean, not really, but like... fairly easy.
And then
I hit my first shots and I killed a bear in one shot, and not this bear though, because this bear was like a boss bear, so he takes like 10 shots, weirdly. So basically, everything's fucked because of main character incompetence during cutscenes. So this mighty hunter is now crippled because he's been eaten by a bear half or something.
right or wrong,
And then, oh my god, the story though. The story.
I ask.
So basically, the first half of the game, the game is just like a walking simulator with occasional survival elements, because the other times you're just gonna walk into buildings that are fully stocked with like the stuff you need mostly. So there's not much survival going on in the first one. But then it's just like the old woman that is tutorializing you on basic shit, like getting her some meat. I mean, you don't even need the meat for yourself, because there's enough food for you, but then the woman also needs a lot of food, so great. You gotta give her food, and you gotta... So basically, the woman's just there so you get tutorialized on trying to get food and firewood, which is really annoying. And then she sends you off to further parts of the map, so that you can realize that the map is a piece of shit, and you can't tell where the fuck you are, ever. Which is actually an interesting mechanic. You don't even have a compass, and the map doesn't show you where you are. You just see this big map, but you don't know where you are. And the only time where you see where you are is when you discover a new landmark. You can't even find out where you've been. It displays you the name of the landmark magically when you find it, but then when you've already discovered it, it's not going to tell you again. So basically, I don't know if there's a button to find out where you are, but I guess there isn't probably. So basically, you got to remember it or you're going to be fucked. And I mean, I guess the landmarks are fairly obviously named, but still, you got to remember it. So the map marks where you are. No, it doesn't. It does not mark where you are. There's no compass. The maps they're not always the same either. In level 2, there's 2 maps that connect to each other, but they don't make any fucking sense. Like, one of them's pointing north up, and the other one's pointing north down. So all along, the map was completely misleading me where I had to go. Because for some reason the map was upside down and the fucking retard character couldn't read the map properly. Oh my god. Man, that wasted some of my time. Good thing I had to go to both sides of that map. Oh man. So basically, a lot of tutorials going on and like very little story. And then you bring the characters the goods that they need because they're too stupid to do anything themselves, and you need to bring them a bunch of shit so that they give you their advanced survival tips, because you're a complete retard who can't fucking figure out how to make gloves from rabbits. So you gotta bring the old woman all of her favorite foods and all of her favorite mushrooms and all the favorite skins so that she can tell you how to make a fucking glove from rabbits. How is that a hard thing to figure out? I mean, you already know how to take the skin off a rabbit. I think that part would be the hard part, but that part you figure out yourself, but you're too stupid to make a glove shape out of it, really? Oh my god. Yeah, that really bothered me. And then the second guy, he's so much worse. And the map is so much worse as well, but at least you get a gun eventually, and then it's fun because you can shoot the wolves. And by then I also figured out that I could throw the decoys. By the way, the decoys is like guts and meat that you harvest from stuff. It like drops the least valuable meat item you have, so you can distract the wolves with the decoy. And it's an interesting feature, except for the fact that these wolves are completely ravenous and they're not afraid of men. So how did I know that they're gonna respect the decoy if I drop it when they're further away, but not when I'm close? It's pretty random. So anyways, once you know how to do the wolves, they're fun, but the NPCs, they're never fun. They're complete shits. So this hunter, he's got such a huge stick up his ass. He thinks he's so fucking good at surviving, but he's the one who's been mauled to near death by a bear. And that bear's not even tough. He mauled me 3 times and I survived. And like in short succession. And like until I passed out. But I was still fine afterwards. So what the fuck is wrong with you, Hunter? With this cute bear? How are you so incapacitated by this? Maybe you just need to walk it off, you little pussy. So basically, the Hunter thinks he's so fucking good at surviving, despite the fact that he's incapable of it now. And he sends you out to do survival for him. He sends you out to do fishing, he sends you out to do... to repair his coat, oh my god. He sends you out to go all the way to the other map to retrieve tools to repair his rifle. Oh my god. And then he insists you fight that bear for him, and fighting that bear, oh my god. It turned out, it looked like it was really shit, because he just mauled me 3 times in a row, and I thought, oh god. Then I looked at the mission objective, it says encounter the bear 2 out of 6 times. So me getting mauled 3 times counted for encountering the bear twice. So, oh man, that really sucks. Does that mean the bear doesn't die from getting shot? He just dies from mauling me at some point? Oh my god. So basically, no, luckily not. It turns out if you stay far enough away from the bear, he does get hit. And then, I mean, I hit him and he still mauled me. The other bears I shot, they died from 1 bullet to the head. And I shot this guy in the head twice and he still managed to run up to me and maul me. And I don't know, was that supposed to be that way? I guess I should have done it from further away. But basically, later on, when I shot him later, he got scared with 1 bullet hitting his stupidly fat head. Which, by the way, he shouldn't be able to survive, but whatever. I guess it was interesting anyways. So I had to track the bear, but the bear... the second time I nearly got annoyed at the bear, because the tracks disappeared. The bear tracks just disappeared. There were the bear tracks leading up to me, where he mauled me to unconsciousness, but there weren't bear tracks leading away from there anymore. So that was really confusing and disheartening, but turns out there were still... And then the bear tracks faded away because of the snowstorm. But turns out, for some magical reason, the blood of the bear doesn't fade away, even though it's on top of the snow. So basically, I had to play a real difficult game of find the tiny little blood drop that doesn't load in until you're really close to it. But eventually it was really awesome chasing that bear down, actually. And by the way, the fucking hunter, he didn't even appreciate the fact that I killed 2 bears on my own. The fucking main character doesn't even bring up the fact that he's killed 2 bears before this boss bear. And then the hunter's like, yeah, you can have one of my bear fur suits as well once you just kill a bear. It's easy, no problem. And the main character's like, gulp, oh, kill a bear, or gulp. Oh, shucks, I couldn't do that. He's killed 2 bears, for fuck's sake. What, did I kill those bears in non-canon land? Whatever. And those weren't even that part didn't even have voice acting, so there's no reason for why they didn't just write different dialogue for once you've killed a bear. But anyways, basically the hunter tutorializes you for another fucking 10 hours on how to play the game, and then you finally go to the thing that promises to lead you to the next area, but then the next area doesn't exist yet because it's not been created yet. Right. And I'm 30 hours in, don't forget. Alright, well, I guess I'm kind of glad I don't have to put up with it anymore, but also I wish... I mean, I guess they could have really fixed this really easily. Just make a fucking sled that can carry weight for me, so I can craft a sled, and then I can... like, move more stuff than my capacity. It's the fucking snow. There's always snow everywhere. Make a fucking sled for me. Can't even be that hard to make a sled. And that would be something the old woman could teach you so she's not completely useless. Make her teach you how to make a sled. Or something, I don't know. Just a sled that's basically like a container that you can push in front of you. That would have been good. Alright, well, tell me how much you hate me for hating this game, guys. Goodbye, everyone.